everyone, thank you so much for checking out this video. If you're new here, my name is Stephanie and I cover oily skin, hooded eyes, and beauty. Today is just gonna be a very relaxing video. I'm gonna be creating a New Year's Eve look for hooded eyes, and lately I have been really into halo eyes, so I'm gonna be creating that look today. And as I'm doing my eyeshadow, I'm just gonna be throwing in some tips and tricks for hooded eyes, so let's get started. All right, so I brought you guys in just a little bit closer so you can see what's going on my eyes, and I put on some translucent powder underneath my eyes because I already did my face makeup and I don't want any of the powder to get onto my face because there is some fallout in this palette we're gonna be using, and that's gonna be the House of Laboratories Glam Room #1. I've already primed and prepped my eyelids, and then I did go ahead and set my primer with this color here, Cake. I just wanted to make sure that these eyeshadows are gonna be blending perfectly. For my transition shade, I am gonna go into this color here, and that is called Cameo. I am gonna be taking my Farrah 35E brush, and I'm just gonna go ahead and put the eyeshadow right above where my natural crease is. So my natural crease is right there, but this huge flap is kind of going over it. So I'm going to create the illusion of a new crease with my transition shade. So I'm just going to leave my eye open and create that new crease. And I'm gonna have my eyes open so that way whenever my eyes are open, you can see my eyeshadow. So now I'm just gonna do that on the other side. So normally for New Year's Eve, I go ahead and do something super smoky, glamorous, and I use a ton of glitter. But I figured this year I'm gonna tone it down just a little bit and use more neutrals, but still add just a little bit of shimmer. I figured this is something that everyone could use, everyone could like, and just something that's gonna be a little bit easier. So yeah, let's go ahead and get into the actual halo part. And I'm gonna be using another Eco Tools brush, and it's just the shading side. It's one of those 2-in-1 eyeshadow brushes. So I'm gonna go ahead and pack that color on the inner corner and the outer corner. And I am gonna wanna keep my eyes open so that way I can see just how high I wanna take the colors, just to make sure that, you know, when my eyes are open, you are able to see the halo effect. And then put on the outside here. Now I do wanna elongate my eye, so I do wanna use the winged eyeshadow effect. So I'm just going to take it out in an angle like this. There we go. So now I'm gonna go back to using this brush that I used for my transition shade and just buff out the harsh lines. Now for the shadow that is going to create that halo effect, I am gonna go into this shade right here, and that is called Applause. Okay, so with the lighting, you can't really tell that it is a duochrome shade. So I'm gonna swatch it for you guys so you guys can see, but it is gold with a hint of pink. So that didn't really give you a good idea of what the shade looks like. So I'm just gonna put it on my eyes, and then hopefully you guys will see it. There we go. And I'm just packing this on with my finger just so that way I have a little bit more control over where it's going. And I just want to pack this on. I just love how subtle this is with just a hint of shimmer. It just looks so beautiful. So whenever you turn in different lighting, you get to see the gold, you get to see the pink. It is absolutely gorgeous. So I do want to deepen this up just a little bit. So I am going to go into this color here, and it's Top Hat. So what I'm really loving about that shade is that it does go on sheer, but it is buildable. So you can definitely control just how deep you want to go. And I just love that because black eyeshadows can definitely be very intimidating. And I'm just using my e.l.f. smudge brush. So I'm just going to go out on the outer V and just deepen it up just a little bit. I'm not going to go crazy. I just want some sort of depth. And I'm also going along with the wing shadow look. Just see how sheer this goes on. I freaking love how much I can control this. Now I'm gonna go back to my Eco Tools brush and just blend out any harsh lines. This is the one that I used for the contour shade. And just blend any harsh lines out. Now I'm gonna go back, and I'm not gonna pick up any more color right now. I'm just gonna use whatever is left on this brush and go in on the inner corner, and then if I need to pick up more, I'll pick up more. I'm just gonna be tapping, tap, tap, tap. There we go. That is all that I wanted to do. Just add a little bit of color, just a little bit. Now I'm gonna go ahead and do this entire thing on this side. I'll be right back. Now that that is done, I'm gonna go ahead and move to the bottom lids. And I'm basically gonna be mimicking everything I did on the top. I'm gonna go back to using the brush that I use for my transition shade and just use that transition shade on the bottom lids as well, so that way everything could blend in perfectly. Just so you guys know, because this is a very large brush, I do have to smush it down just like this because I don't have that much real estate on my bottom lids, and I just don't want this to be this huge mess because I do have the tendency to take this shadow on my bottom lids further down than it should be. So I'm just doing little itty bitty motions, and then if I need to add more, I will add more. Now I'm gonna go ahead and take my Eco Tools brush and then just get the smudging side of the brush. It's also one of those 2-in-1. And I'm gonna go into that shade here, Contort. Basically what I did up on top, I'm gonna do on the bottom. And I'm just going to take it on the outer corners. I'm gonna go back into Top Hat with this e.l.f. smudge brush just to deepen up the edges. Now I'm gonna go into Applause again and then just put it right there in the middle to get that halo effect. Now I'm gonna do that to the other side. So now that I'm done with that, I am going to highlight the inner corners and underneath the brow. I'm gonna be using my Jaclyn Hill highlighter, and it's in the color Iced. I just didn't see any colors that I really liked in the House Laboratories to do any highlighting with, just because they are very bold colors. I just need a very subtle highlight. Now it's time for lashes. I'm gonna be using my Better Than Sex mascara, and I'm gonna be using false lashes, and it's from the House of Lashes with Patrick Ta collaboration, and it's called It's a Look. So here is the final look. I am so happy with the way this turned out. I am so in love with it. Everything that I pictured definitely came to life, and I'm just so happy. And I really hope that you guys love this as much as I do. And of course, if you're curious with what is on the rest of my face, I will link everything down below for you. And honestly, these lashes, I am so happy that it made it for this look, because I think that they're pretty much done. They're done. After this look, I'm gonna have to throw these away because I struggled to keep them in shape. They are kind of old. But anyway, let me know down in the comments below, are you guys gonna be trying this out? I really am curious. And if you like this video, please hit that thumbs up and subscribe for more content. I do upload every Wednesday and Saturday at noon Central Time, so definitely keep an eye out for that. And thank you guys so much. Bye.